After a tough loss like in game number 1, you got to have a short memory and get right back on the horse and play again, and that's exactly what Decorah will be forced to do. Decorah led it one time in that game 7-1, and New Hampton came back and won it by a 10-9 margin. Tori Hartman will start things here in game number 2. It's Hartman, the pitcher, Smith in left, Twait in right, Shelton in center, Maria Hoyme, the DP, Stahlberger at second, Cassie Hoyme, the catcher, Iverson at third, and Alcock at first base. First pitch inside from Jessica Crooks. 1 ball, no strikes. Hartman in game number 1 was 1 for 4, reached on an error and scored a run. Pitch inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Crooks threw the final 2 innings of game number 1 and ended up getting the win in relief. The recipient of the New Hampton offense coming back into the game. The 2-0 delivery. That one is outside corner for a strike, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 from Crooks. Swung on a ground ball toward short, fielded there by Mulford. Took a little time getting it out of her glove and throws it up the first base line. Hartman's going to go to second, and she'll be in sliding ahead of the throw of the first baseman, Fitzgerald. So Torrey gets an infield hit and reaches second on the throwing error. So first, a runner at second, nobody out. And Lindsey Smith, who had an RBI double in game number 1, looked the first pitch on the outside edge for a strike. It is 0-1. Smith 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI in game number 1. The pitch bunted third base side foul territory. The catcher Whitman there to make the play. And it's 1 down here in inning number 1.
Right fielder, Chelsea Twait.
So a runner at second and 1 down, and Chelsea Twait to the plate. She was 0 for 3 with a walk in game 1. Twait will look at a strike, says veteran umpire Craig Snyder, one of the best in the business. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. So Crooks ahead, 0-2. And the pitch just missed the outside edge. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. This is where baseball and softball is different than any other sport. The 1-2 swung on, driven, hit well towards right field. And Shanna Boji will make the catch in right center field. Hartman will hit third base after the tag up. And there is 2 down in the inning, and Jack Seelhammer is going to ask for an appeal out at second base. And now Craig Snyder will head over to the dugout and say that no appeal is necessary. A runner at third and 1 and 2 down, as Lexi Shelton takes a strike, 0-1. Shelton was 3 for 4, had 3 RBIs and scored 2 runs in game number 1. The ball's 1 strike, and the pitch from Crooks smacked into right center field on a base hit. Just like game number 1, here in game number 2, Lexi Shelton gets a 2-out RBI single in the first inning, and the Vikes draw first blood. So a 1-0 lead for Decorah. And Maria Hoyme will look to keep the first inning fun going as she loops one back to the pitching circle, and it's caught there by Crooks for the final out of inning number 1. So 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the bottom half of the first inning, a 1-0 lead for Decorah. And Tori Hartman going right back on the bump. Tell you what, I like the move here from Coach Olson. Tori is better than what she showed in game 1, and at her best, we've seen her a lot better than that. And after struggling in an inning and 2/3 in game number 1, she'll get the start here in game number 2. She had an inning and 2/3 of work. She only gave up 3 hits, 6 runs. All of them were earned. The main problem was control for Tori. She walked 7 and she struck out 2. The Decorah defense, Lindsey Smith in left, Lexi Shelton in center. and Chelsea Twait in right, Jenna Iverson at third, Peyton Jurlid at short, Shelby Stahlberger at second, and Becca Alcock at first with Cassie Hoyme behind the plate and Tori Hartman on the bump. Chickasaws took game one by a 10-9 margin. Vikes lead it here in game two by a 1-0 margin. And Raylan Webster will start things for New Hampton. She was 3 for 4 officially. Reached base all 5 times she was up, a walk and an error included. Scored 2 runs, had 4 RBIs, and she had the game-winning 3-run homer off of Hartman in the bottom of the 6th, and Hartman throws outside to her 1 ball, no strikes. After 4 innings of completing the baseball game up in Decorah, the pitch outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Decorah leading Clayton Ridge by a 2-0 margin. 1-1 delivery, low outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Viking pitching, trying to retire Raylan Webster, talented athlete. Here in game number 2, the pitch swung on, fouled, third base side. Always hold your breath a little bit because you got little kid ball going on across the way, and you got parents sitting there not paying attention to the adjacent diamond, and the rise ball goes high, and it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2. Hartman a deep breath. The 3-2 delivery outside for ball 4. So Webster walks to start the bottom of the first inning.
Shortstop, Nicole Mulford.
Runner at first and nobody out. 1-0 Decorah, bottom of the first inning. Nicole Mulford walked twice. Reith shot an error, had an infield hit and fouled out in game number 1. Rise ball taken high as Mulford squaring to bunt. It is 1 ball and no strikes. One-0. Swung on and missed there. Rise ball runner goes throw down to second base, and she's out. Cassie Hoyme with a nice throw down to second. Shelby Stahlberger took the toss. Throw was right on the money. Webster got a good jump, but slid right into the tag. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike now with the bases empty to Mulford. 1-1 delivery, pitch taken high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, our pitchers haven't figured out a way to slow down Raylan Webster, but the catcher did right there. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. That one at the letters and taken for strike 2. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 2-2 delivery. A little bit low for 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count with 1 down. The pitch swung on, popped up third base side. Iverson retreating, stumbled over the bag, and it lands in foul territory. She actually touched it while it was in foul territory. She was playing a little ahead of the bag, dropped, stepped, and stumbled over the bag. So another chance here for Mulford. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on, popped up left side. Peyton Jurlid under it, and she will make the catch for the second out here in the first inning. So Mulford retired by her fellow shortstop. 2 down.
Third baseman, Jennifer Ankrum.
2 down, nobody on. And Jennifer Ankrum to the plate. A 1-0 lead for Decorah, bottom of the first. Ankrum 0 for 3, had 2 RBIs in game 1. Here's a fly ball to left field. Diving attempt by Lindsey Smith, unsuccessful. Ankrum hits second. She'll make the turn and stay put right there. So Ankrum gets a double here with 2 outs in the first inning. And Jackie Whitman will come to the plate. A runner at second, 2 down, bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 lead for
catcher Jackie Whitman.
Decorah. Whitman in game 1 was 1 for 3 with an RBI. She also walked. First pitch swung on, fouled, third base side, Hoyme after it, but it lands on the backstop fence near the Decorah third base dugout. It's no balls, 1 strike. The ball's 1 strike to count. And the pitch right down Broadway for a strike. And it's 0-2. 0-2. Ground ball right side, diving attempt or lunging attempt by Stahlberger, unsuccessful, rounding third, coming to the plate and stopping after a turn is Ankrum at third. The throw goes into home plate, and that'll allow Whitman to reach second base. Carly Fitzgerald will run for her at second, and Jessica Crooks will try to help her own cause. Second and third, 2 down, first inning. A 1-0 lead for Decorah. And Jessica Crooks will bat. She was 0 for 3 with the stick in game number 1, but got the win in relief in the circle as Hartman delivers to her, and the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. One-0. High again. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Granted, there's 2 outs, but granted, first base is open, so the pitch goes high. Three balls, no strikes to count on Jessica Crooks as the pitch in there for a strike. Crooks taking all the way on 3-0. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 the count. The pitch swung on, fly ball, center field. Underneath it is Lexi Shelton. She will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 runners left on base. We are at the end of 1. It is 1-0 Decorah. Top of the second inning we go. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah. Shelby Stahlberger starts things here in the second inning against Crooks. She'll swing at the first one and foul one away, right side and out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Stahlberger reached base twice and scored both times she was on in game number 1. 1 for 4 officially. Having reached on an error another time, the pitch inside is 1 ball, 1 strike on Shelby. 1-1 the count. The pitch roller right back to Crooks, knocked down in the circle. She picks it up and on to Fitzgerald at first base, and there's 1 down here in the second inning. 1 down, nobody on. Cassie Hoyme stands in for the Decorah. 1-0 lead for the Vikings. Cassie had a good game with the stick in game number 1. 4 RBIs, going 2 for 4. Also had a double. The pitch, swinging a foul at the plate. There's no balls and 1 strike. Crooks has picked up both wins for New Hampton against Decorah this year. She went all 7 in the game up at Decorah. 0-1 delivery. His pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. With that win, New Hampton now with 11-4 record in conference play. Pitch swung on, fouled third base side. And out of play. And New Hampton will play Cresco here in a doubleheader tomorrow night. Pitch swung on and missed. Cassie down on strikes. First strikeout for Crooks, and there's 2 down. 2 down, nobody on. Jenna Iverson to the plate for Decorah. Jenna wore the collar at 0 for 4 in game number 1. Looks at the first one inside from Crooks. 1 ball, no strikes. So New Hampton can take care of business here. Even if they don't take care of business here, as the pitch taken high, it is 2 balls, no strikes. They will have a chance to tie Cresco for second place in the league tomorrow night. The pitch swung on and missed. It is 2 balls, 1 strike. That's a rainout make 'em from all the way back on May the 30th tomorrow night. 2-1 the count. The pitch sails high for 3 balls, 1 strike. Crestwood hosting Charles City tonight. Waverly at walk-on. The other games in the league. 3-1 delivery, swung on and missed. Crooks took a little something off, and out in front was Iverson. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. 3-2 delivery outside for ball 4. First walk for Crooks, so Iverson, who was the only Viking not to reach base in game number 1, reaches base here in game number 2. His pitch taken high by Becca Elcock. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Elcock 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored in game number 1 as that one sprayed foul on the third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-0 lead for Decorah as we play the top of the second inning. A 2-out RBI single by Alexi Shelton, who has 4 RBIs all told on the night. The pitch swung on and missed. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Becca Elcock. 1-0 Decorah here in the second. The pitch swung on and missed. Crooks gets her second strikeout, and that's that for the second inning. A walk and a runner left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Decorah. Bottom of the second inning we go. It is a 1-0 lead for Decorah. And Megan Fitzgerald will come to the plate. Hitter number 5 in the New Hampton lineup to face Tori Hartman. Got off to a rocky start, but didn't give up any runs. Fitzgerald takes the first one high. 1 ball, no strikes. Fitzgerald 1 for 3. Walked, scored 2 runs in game number 1. 1-0 swing and a foul off the mask of Cassie Hoyme behind the plate. She'll have to shake off the cobwebs, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Nobody on, nobody out here in the second inning. Chickasaws came back and won game number 1 by a 10-9 margin, 1-1. Inside for 2 balls, 1 strike. Vikes led 7-1 after 3.5 innings. Pitch taken high again. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Already going to the bottom of the 6th in the baseball game up in Decorah. Decorah leading Clayton Ridge by a 2-0 margin. 3-1 delivery, swung on, smacked into left and a base hit. Third hit for the Chickasaws thus far as Fitzgerald on with the leadoff single here in the second.
Left fielder, Megan Crooks.
Runner on first, nobody out. Megan Crooks to the plate. 1 for 3, a walk, a double, and a RBI in game 1. Crooks was squaring to bunt and took it high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 delivery, swing and a foul straight back and out of play. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. One from Hartman, squaring to bunt is Crooks, and she offered at it and failed to hit it, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count now. Hartman ready in the 1-2 offering, low and inside for 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count evened up at 2-0 to the number 7 hitter in the Chickasaw lineup, the 2-2. Loop towards shallow right, still in the infield dirt. Shelby Stahlberger from her second base position makes the catch. And there's 1 down here in the second inning. So 1 down and a runner at first. And Shanna Bogie to the plate. Pitch a little low. 1 ball, no strikes to Bogie. Bogie in game number 1 was 1 for 3. Scored 2 runs and had a double. Tori ready, 1-0. Taken low, it is 2 balls and no strikes to count. Hartman ready, and the 1-0 or the 2-0 offering is out of the zone. 3 balls, no strikes to count. So Tori's just struggled with her command. In 2+ innings, she has walked 8 tonight, and make that 9 as the pitch goes low and inside for ball 4. And now Cassie Hoyme will come out and talk to Hartman. Fitzgerald, the runner at second, and Bogie, the runner at first. And Jamie Jackson will bat. She only batted once in game number 1. And she was 0 for 1. First pitch, a riser high from Tori. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes lead 1-0 on Alexi Shelton. RBI single in the first with 2 down. The pitch, another riser and another one high. It is 2 balls and no strikes to count. New Hampton took game 1 10-9. Vikings led in that game 7-1 after 3.5. Is that one in there at the letters for a strike? And it's 2-1 the count. 2-1, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. 1 down here in the second inning. Hartman ready, and the 2-2 offering taken for strike 3. Little change of pace inside corner. Jackson gets her second strikeout, and Raylan Webster to the plate. Walked and was caught stealing in the first. First and second, 2 down here in the second inning as pitch goes outside and gets by Cassie. So moving up 60 will be Fitzgerald to third and Bogie to second. 1 ball, no strikes to count. So Webster now batting with 2 runners in scoring position, and the pitch goes high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Now you got first base open, so you can be a bit more careful to Webster than perhaps you could have in the past. Pitch taken low and outside. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Webster's been up 6 times tonight. She's reached base 6 times tonight. 3-0, riser high for ball 4. And nothing wrong with that walk with first base open, and now Mulford at the plate. Granted, Mulford has done some things at the plate tonight, but she hasn't been the threat that Webster has, as Mulford takes the first pitch inside. High and tight, 1 ball, no strikes. Mulford popped a shorter first time up. 1-0 delivery. There's a strike inside edge. It's 1-1. Tori's walked 3. One ball, 1 strike to count in the pitch. Inside for 2 balls and 1 strike now. Tori had 2 bases loaded walks in game number 1. The 2-1 delivery got her to chase a rise ball, and it swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Two and 2 with 2 down, and the bases loaded. The pitch a little low, a little inside. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Baseball update after 6. Decorah leading Clayton Ridge 2-0. The 3-2 delivery swung on a ground ball. Taking it is Iverson. She's going to throw it at first base, and she throws it up the first base line. Fitzgerald scores. Bogie scores. Webster to third. It's 2-1 New Hampton. Jenna had the force out at third base, chose to go across the diamond instead, and that decision turned out to be ill-advised. So a 2-1 lead now for New Hampton. And Jennifer Ancrum, who doubled off the fence in left field in the first inning, will hit a ground ball backhanded by Jurlid. She's able to knock it down but do nothing else, and E6 will score the 3rd run of the inning for New Hampton, and it's now a 3-1 lead. So 3 unearned runs for New Hampton, but they all count on the board.
Catcher Jackie Whitman.
And Jackie Whitman will come to the plate. A single to right in the first. 1 for 1. 3-1 the score. New Hampton on top. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Whitman, the 8th batter of the inning. These are the situations where you saw Decorah get out of them against Charles City. The pitch, a little low, a little inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. You need somebody to step up, make a play, and just say, hey, the bleeding's going to stop right now. Unfortunately, the snowball's moving in the wrong direction right now. 1-1, ground ball to the left side, picked up there by Peyton Jerlin. Lobs the throw over to first base, and the out recorded. And the side is out. But Chickasaw scored 3 on 1 hit, helped out by 2 Decorah errors and 2 runners left. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 3-1 lead for New Hampton. Top of the 3rd inning we go. A 3-1 lead for New Hampton. New Hampton came back and won game number 1 10-9 after trailing 7-1 in that game. Will be at the top of the order for Decorah here in the 3rd inning. Tori Hartman singled and scored in the 1st inning. She came home on the Lexi Shelton 2-out RBI single. Crooks through 2, has given up 2 hits, 1 unearned run, walked 1, and struck out 2. Tori in from the right-hand side of the plate will take the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
44 in the 3rd. Pitcher Tori Hartman.
3-1 New Hampton. 3 runs scoring due to walks and errors in that bottom of the 3rd. Pitch inside to Tori. It's 2 balls, no strikes. And we talk about it a ton. The 1-2-0 smack towards second. On a hop and a roll to Jackson. She'll throw to first base to retire Tori. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. 1 down, nobody on, and Lindsey Smith to the plate. Fouled out to the catcher her first time up.
Lindsey Smith.
After a 2-for-4 performance in game number 1. The first pitch taken low. This is 1 ball, no strikes. One-0, taken high and outside. It is 2 balls, no strikes to count on Smith. 3-1 the advantage for New Hampton, trying to sweep Decorah. The 2-0 delivery smacked up the middle. Nice play made by Mulford. She spins and throws to first base to retire Smith. 2 down here in inning number 2. Mulford at shortstop, hang a star on that play. 2 down. Nobody on, and Chelsea Twait to the plate. She fly to right in the first, 0 for 1. And she'll look at the first one low, 1 ball, no strikes. One-0, swing and a miss. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. A 3-1 lead for New Hampton. 1-1 delivery, sails outside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch swung on, popped up right side, foul territory. Fitzgerald is under it, and she will make the catch. And for the first time in game 2, Decorah goes down in order, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is New Hampton leading Decorah 3-1. Tori Hartman and Lexi Shelton will trade places. As Hartman out after 2 innings, gives up 3 unearned runs, 3 hits, 3 walks and 1 strikeout. So Shelton, who threw 4 1/3 in game number 1, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. We'll try to keep the Chickasaws at bay. Jessica Crooks will try to start a rally here in the bottom of the 3rd. Crooks flew out to center to end the first, 0 for 1. Lexi's first offering swung on, foul back to the screen. It is no balls and 1 strike. Two outs, bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th up in Decorah. Clayton Ridge runners at 2nd and 3rd, trailing Decorah 2-0. The pitch goes high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Crooks. Fitzgerald and Megan Crooks to follow here in the 3rd. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on a fly ball left center field. After it is Tori Hartman. It's over her head. One hop against the fence. Crooks will get to second standing with a double. So Jessica Crooks with a double to left. The fourth hit for New Hampton in 2+ innings.
First baseman, Megan Fitzgerald.
Crooks at second. Nobody out. She'll run for herself. And Megan Fitzgerald will come to the plate. Singled and scored in the second inning, 1-for-1. First pitch is a little low from Shelton. It's 1 ball, no strikes. One thing we were talking about a little earlier before an end of an inning interrupted us, the 1-0 delivery. Bunt up the third base side, and Iverson will field throw to first base, threw it late, as Fitzgerald couldn't have rolled it out there much better. Fitzgerald with a single. Crooks moves up to third on the play, first and third with nobody out.
Rachel Whitman, courtesy, running at first.
And Rachel Whitman will run at first base for Megan Fitzgerald. As Coach Seelhammer looks for a big inning here, as Megan Crooks will come to the plate. She popped to second her first time up. 0-for-1. That's the thing. It was an awfully tough loss for Decorah in game number 1. Clayton Ridge just has tied the game with Decorah 2-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Megan Crooks popped to second her first time up. Pitch swung on and missed. Runner goes down to second. Throw down to second, not in time. So a steal of second for Whitman. Staying at third is Crooks. No balls, 1 strike to count on Megan Crooks. Oh, and 1 the count. When you have a tough loss like you did, there is no other sports besides baseball or softball where you got to forget it within 20 to 30 minutes. 0-1 delivery, ground ball toward short. Jurlid will look the runner back, throws to first for the out. Now coming down the line and trying to score, and doing so is Crooks. Moving up to third on the play is Whitman. It's now a 4-1 ball game. So Crooks with an RBI ground out. Whitman moves up to third.
Right fielder, Shanna Boji.
And she'll be there with 1 down, as Shanna Boji, who walked and scored in the first inning, or in the second inning, I should say, will come to the plate. Shelton delivers, pitch high and tight. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The run that scored a moment ago, the first earned run of game number 2. One-0, bunted up the third base side. Iverson's going to pick it up, and all she'll do is eat it. Boji with another outstanding bunt. First and third with 1 down. Chickasaw's smelling blood here.
Jamie Jackson.
As you play the bottom half of the third inning. Jamie Jackson struck out looking her first time up in the second, and she'll bat here with runners at the corners and 1 down in the fourth inning. And the runner takes off, the pitch taken high, and taking second uncontested will be Boji. 1 ball, no strikes to count, and Jackson will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Jackson. 4-1 New Hampton here in the bottom of the third. A 10-9 victory for New Hampton in game number 1. Squeeze is on, bunt up the first base side. Shelton will look the runner back at third, throws to Jurlid, who throws to Cassie Hoyme, who chases the runner back towards third, and Jurlid applies the tag, as out at third base will be Whitman. Good job on the rundown that time. It goes 1-6-2-6 as Whitman retired. And since the play was at third base, that did not allow Boji to move up from second to third. Good job of not tossing the ball too much that time. And running people back instead of forcing you back with throws. So sometimes defensive execution has left a little to be desired in games for Decorah. That time it was pretty good. As Raylan Webster looks at the first one outside, 1 ball, no strike. She's drawn 2 walks thus far here in game number 2. 4-1 Decorah, first and second with 2 down. The pitch goes high. It is 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 with 2 down. The pitch, low and outside. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Or 3 balls and no strikes with 2 down, I should say. Vikes batting in the bottom of the 7th, 2-2 up in Decorah with Clayton Ridge in baseball. The pitch taken for a strike by Raylan Webster. It's 3-1. Vikes have runners at first and second with 2 down. And Josie Jewell at the plate. Pitch taken low and outside, ball 4. Raylan Webster has been up 8 times tonight. She's been on base 8 times tonight. 4-1. New Hampton here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Nicole Mulford will bat. Popped to short in the 1st, reached on an error in the 2nd. Shelton ready, first offering low, and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes did get a run in that first inning, but unfortunately, pitching-wise and defense-wise, 1-0. That one at the letters for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Still a little bit of a hangover from game number 1. One. Low and inside for 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Mulford. Two and 1 the count with 2 down. The pitch, well high for 3 balls, 1 strike now. Vikes have committed a couple errors. They've walked 3, make that 4. 3 balls, 1 strike, and a changeup taken high for ball 4. And another RBI the easy way for Nicole Mulford as she forces home Bogie. Jackson to 3rd, a 5-1 lead for Decorah. Or for New Hampton, and Jennifer Ankrum will look to add on to the total. Doubled to left in the 1st, reached on an error in the 2nd as the pitch goes high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Change up taken high. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0, taken low. 3 balls, no strikes. 11 of the last 13 pitches out of the zone from Lexi Shelton. And that one on the outside edge for a strike finally. It's 3-1. You don't walk people, you don't kick it around. You usually have success. Unfortunately, it's been the Achilles heel with this team. Fly ball center field after is Tori Hartman. She will make the catch to retire the side. So, 2 more runs score on 3 hits. No errors, and the bases left loaded. We head to the 4th inning. It's New Hampton 5 and Decorah 1. Top of the 4th inning we go. It's a 2-2 game. But up at baseball, 2-2 between Decorah and Clayton Ridge. As they go to the 8th inning, Clayton Ridge ties it with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Lexi Shelton will try to start a rally for Decorah here in the 4th inning. Lexi had an RBI single in the 1st, and she'll look at the first pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. Inside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Crooks pitching with a 4-run lead. The pitch outside. 3 balls and no strikes in this one. Chickasaws have scored 14 of the last 17 runs tonight. Change up outside edge for a strike. It's 3-1. 3-1, swing and a foul straight back and out of play. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. 3-2. Outside corner for a strike on a changeup. Third strikeout for Crooks. 1 down here in the 4th inning, and Crooks, ever since the Shelton single, has only allowed Iverson on base with 2 outs on a walk in the 1st. Outside corner, a strike to Hoyme. No balls, 1 strike. Hoyme popped to the pitcher in the 1st, 0 for 1. Pitch outside. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. The pitch, swinging a foul back. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, swing and a foul, right side, not a play. Crooks ready, the 1-2 offering, a changeup taken low and in, is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chickasaws 3 in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd after the Vikings scored the initial run of this game. Pitch swung on and missed. Had a changeup down and in. And that's 4 strikeouts for Jessica Crooks. Two down, nobody on. For Shelby Stahlberger, who smacks one through the left side, a base hit. Stahlberger gets the 3rd hit for Decorah and the 1st one since the 1st inning. That's the 3rd time in 6 trips that Shelby's been on base tonight. And Cassie Hoyme, who has had a nice night at the plate despite striking out in the 2nd inning, will stand in and take one high and tight from Crooks. 1 ball, no strikes. One-0. Swung on, smacked into left, and a base hit. So back-to-back singles here with 2 outs. We'll bring Jenna Iverson to the plate, and actually Tess Olinger will be the pinch hitter. And Riley Hubka will run at first base for Hoyme in a courtesy runner situation. The batter for Decorah will be Tess Olinger.
Pinch hitting is Tess Olinger.
Iverson did walk her first time up. Tess getting her first appearance of this doubleheader. It's a 5-1 lead for New Hampton. As we play the top of the 4th inning. But in game number 1 at this time, Decorah was leading 7-1. Swung on, fly ball, center field. After it is Raylan Webster. She'll make a 2-handed catch to retire the side. 2 hits, 2 runners left. Halfway home in game number 2. It's a 5-1 lead for New Hampton. The 4th we go. It's a 5-1 lead for Decorah. Or for New Hampton. 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for New Hampton. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors for Decorah.
Into the bottom of the 4th. Catcher Jackie Whitman.
Jackie Whitman will start things here in the 4th inning. She singled to right in the 1st and grounded to short in the 2nd. The pitch swung on, a ground ball, foul. No balls, 1 strike. Sheldon on in her 2nd inning of relief after Tori Hartman started. The pitch goes outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch swung on, popped up left side. In fair territory, Cassie Hoyme from behind the plate will make the catch. And Whitman retired. It's the first time in Game 2 a Viking pitcher has retired a Chickasaw batter to start the frame. And Tess Crooks will come to the plate. Fly to center in the first. Double to left and scored in the third. 5-1 New Hampton here in the fourth, and the pitch a strike. It's 0-1. Let's see, trying to keep the Chickasaws at bay. Giving the offense a chance to get back into it as that one hit well towards deep right center field. It'll land off the fence, and Crooks will have her second consecutive double. Crooks with a double to right.
Megan Fitzgerald.
To make it a runner at second, one down, and Megan Fitzgerald to the plate. A couple of singles for Fitzgerald. Her courtesy runner scored after the one in the first inning. Pitch, swinging a ground ball towards third, picked up there by Iverson. Bobbled a little bit. It's a high throw, but staying on the bag is Becca Alcock at first base, and now reversing the call is the home plate umpire, Craig Snyder. And Snyder will say she was safe due to the high throw. So that's the third error of the night for Decorah. First and third with one down, and Megan Crooks to the plate. Crooks swings at the first one and fouls it off third base side. No balls, one strike. Crooks popped to second in the second inning and grounded to short to knock in a run in the third inning. Oh, 1. Outside runner goes, throw down to second base. Dropped by Stauber, so that runner is going to be safe down the line from third. And scoring is Crooks. It's now a 6-1 lead. And now Terry Olson out of the dugout to discuss a potential change with Craig Snyder. And whatever happened is okay. The pitch swung on and fouled back. It's no balls, or 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Megan Crooks. A runner at second, 1 in, 1 down here in the fourth inning as the Chickasaws have extended the advantage to 6-1. 1-2 delivery again, pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Neither team scored in the 8th inning up in Decorah, so Decorah and Clayton Ridge are 2-2 after 8. 2-2 with 1 down. The pitch swung on a fly ball, shallow center field. Tori under it, and she will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Two down, and a runner at second in a 6-1 New Hampton lead. And Shanna Bogie to the plate, walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the third. Pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to count. Pitch outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Up 0-2, change up, swung on and missed. Cassie picks it up and throws down to first base, and Becca Alcock for good measure, and that's that for the fourth. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the 5th inning. It's a 6-1 lead for New Hampton. Top of the 5th inning we go. It's a 6-1 lead for New Hampton. New Hampton won game 1 by a 10-9 margin. Becca Alcock starts the at-bat by taking outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Jessica Crooks has been solid here tonight as the ground ball goes to the right side. It's picked up at second by Jackson. She'll throw to first base to retire Elcock. One down here in the fifth. 4 1/3. 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 unearned run, and 5 strikeouts for Crooks. And Tori Hartman will start the third trip around the batting order. Singled and scored in the first, grounded to second in the third. 1 hopper right back to Crooks, and she'll fire over to first base for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the fifth.
Left fielder, Lindsey Smith.
And here's Lindsey Smith. Lindsey's 0 for 2. Foul to the catcher in the first, grounded to short in the third. The pitch goes outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. (1-0) swung on, fly ball, left center field. Underneath it is Megan Crooks. She will make the catch, and a quick fifth inning for Decorah. 5 pitches get rid of the Vikings in the fifth. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 6-1 New Hampton. New Hampton looking for the doubleheader sweep. They lead it 6-1. They've scored in every inning except the first. The Vikings gave up a 7-1 lead in game number 1. And the Chickasaws won that one at 10-9. Craig Snyder reporting a couple of changes for Decorah. Emily Kruger is now in left field, and Lindsey Smith moves from left field to second base. Clayton Ridge did not score in their half of the ninth inning, so the Vikings will bat in the bottom of the ninth inning in baseball in a 2-2 game. And Craig Snyder, a little bit of confusion reporting the changes to the New Hampton book. And we're good. And now Shelby Stahlberger actually has moved from second base to behind the plate, and Cassie Hoyme moves from catcher to first base. So I thought there was only 2. But there ends up being 4. The pitch out's fouled off actually by Jackson. No balls, 1 strike. 6-1 New Hampton, bottom of the fifth. Looking for the doubleheader sweep. The 0-1 delivery swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Jackson struck out looking in the second and reached out a fielder's choice in the third. 0-2 delivery, well outside. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out here in the fifth inning. Chickasaws have scored in 3 consecutive frames. Changeup taken high. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Pitch outside. It's now 3-2. The pitch swung on and missed. Hard high heat from Lexi, and Lexi gets her second strikeout. And there is 1 down here in the fifth. And Raylan Webster, who's been up 8 times tonight and has been on base 8 times tonight, fouls the first pitch off to the left side and in front of the Decorah dugout. No balls, 1 strike. She's walked 3 times in this game. In the first, the second, and the third. Up again here in the fifth with her squad leading 6-1. Pitch swung on, fouled away. Third base side and out of play. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count on Raylan Webster. 1-2 delivery off the end of the bat, foul towards the third base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 outside for 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Decorah baseball batting in the bottom of the ninth, 2-2 with Clayton Ridge. Clayton Ridge scoring 2 runs in the bottom half of the 7th inning with top half of the 7th with 2 outs. As that one fouled left side, Iverson retreating but couldn't corral it in foul ground. So new life for Raylan Webster. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Winning run at second for Decorah in the bottom of the ninth in baseball. Dustin Carey at the plate in a 2-2 game. Pitch outside. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Three and 2 with 1 down. 6-1 New Hampton, bottom of the 5th. The pitch, ground ball to the right side. Pass to Toimi, picked up at second by Smith. She'll throw to first base, and it's not in time. So,
shortstop, Nicole Mulford.
Another at bat and another time. Raylan Webster reaches base. 9 for 9 now on the night. As the pitch in there for a strike to Mulford. Nothing in 1. 1 on, 1 out here in the 5th inning. 6-1 the lead for New Hampton. Foul. Pitch swung on and missed on the 3rd strike. Throwing down to second base is Shelby Stahlberger. And the runner will advance. Mulford is out because first base was occupied with less than 2 outs. The dropped fly, 3rd strike doesn't apply. Raylan Webster will steal second, so that's actually a pretty heads-up play by Shelby, knowing to throw to second instead of the first in that situation. As Jennifer Ankrum hits ground ball to short, and Peyton Jurlett on to first base to retire Ankrum and the side here in the 5th inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 6th. It is a 6-1 lead for New Hampton. Top of the 6th inning we go. It's a 6-1 lead for Decorah. Twait, Shelton, and Hoyme here in the 6th inning. As the Vikes try to rally back. Baseball games 2-2, bottom of the 9th, up in Decorah and Clayton Ridge. The winning run at second and 2 outs. Just got told Dustin Carey hit the shed, but in foul territory. I want to thank my buddy Bob Kane for providing the text play-by-play tonight. A multi-talented guy, and text play-by-play is another one of his talents. As Twait hits a 1-0 pitch to right center field on a base hit. 5th hit of the night against Crooks as Twait singles to right to lead things off in the 6th inning. That's the first time since the 1st inning that Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on in a frame. And Lexi Shelton will bat. She's 1 for 2. Swings the first one and fouls it right side. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Just got word that Dustin Carey, a game-winning hit for Decorah. Scoring Colin Nimrod from second base as the Vikings have defeated Clayton Ridge 3-2. That one smacked out in the right center field for a base hit or left center field. Twait is hustling to third. Throw there won't be one as Shelton gets a double. Second and third, nobody out here in the sixth inning as the Vikes refuse to go quietly. Second and third, nobody out, sixth inning.
Designated hitter Maria Hoyme.
And Maria Hoyme to the plate. 6-1 New Hampton. Hoyme is 0 for 2. She'll look at a strike, nothing in one. Popped to the pitcher in the first inning and struck out swinging in the fourth. Hoyme bunts up the first base side but rules foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. Pitch swung on, popped up foul, right side, and out of play. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and two. Pitch just missed the outside edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now. The pitch, swing and a fly ball right field. After it is Boji. She will make the catch, tagging at third is Thwaite. She's coming to the plate. She will score. Relay throw to third, not in time. It's a 6-2 ball game as Hoyme gets the job done with the sacrifice fly to right. Thwaite scores on the play. Shelton moves up to third. There's 1 down here in the 6th inning, and Shelby Stahlberger, the now catcher in the game, will come to the plate.
Shelby Stahlberger.
Shelby Stahlberger swings and pops one up left side. Jennifer Ankrum at third there to make the catch. And there is 2 down now here in the 6th inning. And Cassie Hoyme will bat. Runner at third and 2 down. Ground ball towards second. Picked up there by Jackson. Throws on to first base. And that's that for the 6th inning. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Vikes get 1 closer. They trail it 6-2. Bottom of the 6th, Chickasaws look for a little insurance as they lead at 6-2. They have 8 hits. Decorah has 6. Decorah has committed 3 errors, and New Hampton's committed 1. Jackie Whitman is 1 for 3. Looks at the first one outside from Lexi Shelton. 1 ball, no strikes. Whitman singled to right in the first, grounded to short in the second, and fouled to the catcher in the 4th inning. The 1-0 delivery, swing, and a foul at the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're just joining us, perhaps you're just leaving the baseball stadium tonight. Decorah had a 7-1 lead in game number 1, but New Hampton won it 10-9. The game-winning hit, a Raylan Webster 3-run homer in the bottom of the 6th inning off of Tori Hartman. The pitch taken outside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 2-1. Swung on, fly ball, center field and deep, but Tori Hartman is there, and she will not make the catch. And standing at second will be Whitman on the E8. So Whitman will be at second base, and Carly Fitzgerald will courtesy run for her. 6-2 the score, and Jessica Crooks will try to help her own cause. Fly to center in the first, doubled and scored in the third, doubled and scored in the fourth. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Here in game number 2, the Vikes got a 1-0 lead in the first inning on Alexi Shelton, the RBI single, but Chickasaw scored 3 in the second. Walks and errors were a big part of that as the pop-up goes right side. Tori Hartman angling into right center field, and she bobbles and drops the ball. That's 2 straight errors for Tori Hartman. She's pretty darn sure-handed out in center field, and now they're going to discuss whether she was transferring the ball from glove hand to throwing hand after the toss, and I don't think that call is going to go Decorah's way. As Terry Olson out to discuss it with Craig Snyder. And now Terry will ask Gene Groen for an explanation as well. And there's
First baseman Megan Fitzgerald.
2 on and nobody out in the 6th. Megan Fitzgerald to the plate. Fitzgerald bunts up the third base side. Shelton will field. Throw to first base. Get the out there. Sacrifice complete 1-3. With Fitzgerald will move up to third and Crooks to second.
Left fielder Megan Crooks.
So 1 down. And a second and third situation, and Megan Crooks at the plate. Chickasaw is looking to add on to their 6-2 total. Ground ball towards short. Booted there by Taylor Jurlid. It goes into left field for a Crooks reaching on the error. 3 errors here in the 6 innings have made it 7-2 New Hampton. And Shayna Bogie will
Courtesy running a Cindy Bogie.
Bat and Sydney Bogie will run at first base for Megan Crooks. So first and third with 1 down here in the 6th inning. 5 errors here in game number 2 for Decorah, after they committed 2 in game number 1. Pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. And Sydney Bogie will take second uncontested. Second and third with 1 down, 1 in here in the 6th, a 7-2 lead for Decorah. A 1-0 lead, or 1-0 count. The pitch is low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. The strike taken on the outside edge. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and one, and the pitch swung on a ground ball towards third, gobbled up there by Iverson. Looks the runner back, but won't have time to go throw it across the diamond. So Bogie will reach.
Second baseman Jamie Jackson.
So an infield hit for Bogie. Bases loaded, 1 down, and Jamie Jackson will bat for New Hampton. Jackson looks at the first one high, 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning of a 7-2 lead for New Hampton. New Hampton came back from a 7-1 deficit and took game number 1 10-9. 1-0. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes to count. (7-2). New Hampton looking for the sweep and win number 21 on the season. And the pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-1. And if they hold on to this lead, it will be their 8th consecutive win. They got Cresco coming up tomorrow night, and here's a bunt. Shelton picks it up and will throw to the plate, and safe at the plate is the original call, and now it is an out call as Craig Snyder didn't realize there was a force at the plate. He threw the hands up and said safe, but now he said, oops, my bad. Threw the right arm up, and it was out. You know what? For a guy that's been around as long as Craig, he's going to be honest enough to make a mistake and admit to it. Shelton fielded the bunt, underhand toss to the plate. He originally called him safe, but there was a force at home plate, and hey, honest mistakes, those things happen. They get corrected. We're done. Bases loaded, 2 down, 7-2. New Hampton leading as Raylan Webster will take the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Webster has walked 3 times and singled once here in the 5th inning. 1-0 outside for 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0. Strike on the outside edge. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one, swung on, fisted towards second. Lindsey Smith after it, and she will make a running catch for the final out here in the 6th inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 4 errors, and 3 runners left on base. We go to the 7th, 7-2 New Hampton. Morgan Edie bats to start things in the 7th inning, batting for Jenna Iverson. She'll take 2 strikes, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on a ground ball past Crooks, fielded by Mulford at short. She'll throw on to first base, and Edie retired. 1 down here in the 7th inning. 1 down, nobody on, 7th inning, 7-2 the score. New Hampton on top. They won game 1 10-9, and Emily Kruger will bat for the first time since coming in the 5th inning. Kruger looks at a strike, 0-1. Decorah will close out the regular season against Southwind tomorrow night. We'll have it for you at 7:20, and here's a pop-up and a running grab made at second base by Jamie Jackson. 2 down, nobody on, and Tori Hartman, the last hope for the moment for Decorah. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Pitch, swinging a foul at the plate as that got her while she was in the box. That's 0-2. Pitch, check swing outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 to Torrey. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And New Hampton completes the doubleheader sweep of Decorah by a 7-2 margin. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 12 left for New Hampton. 2 runs, 6 hits, 7 errors, and 5 left for Decorah. Winning pitcher Jessica Crooks and the losing pitcher Tori Hartman. So New Hampton now improves to 8 wins in a row, 21-9 overall, 12-4 in conference play. Decorah down to 12-16 overall and 7-11 in conference play. Many people thank for making our coverage possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So, as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, if not the outcomes. New Hampton sweeps Decorah tonight 10-9 and 7-2. The Viking baseball team gets a win tonight, 3-2 in 9 innings over Clayton Ridge. Our next coverage will be tomorrow night. Decorah softball at Southwind, 7:20 airtime for that one. So, until then, for our entire KDEC sports team, Darren Swenson saying so long from New Hampton. Chickasaws win 2 tonight, 10-9 and 7-2. Thanks a bunch for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night.